So as you know, the Nintendo Switch has already been on the market now for a little bit over a year, and there's a lot of great games on the Nintendo Switch, and some of them are even system sellers. We had games like Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade 2, and the list goes on and on and on of great games that are currently on the Nintendo Switch, and that's why a lot of people love the Nintendo Switch. I think at this very moment, the Nintendo Switch has already sold about 14 or 15 million units. It's that successful for just being out over a little bit over a year. That goes to show you how much love the Nintendo Switch is getting. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about games that I think should be on the Switch that would even help the Switch to even become a much more successful system than it already is. Now, this list is not necessarily games that I want to come to the Switch. These are just games I think from a business standpoint would actually make sense on the Nintendo Switch and would help the Nintendo Switch even sell more than it already has. So let's start off the list with talking about some of the most obvious games. Number one, we have Fortnite. Yes, I think Fortnite should come to the Switch. It only makes sense. Last year in 2017 was the rise of the Battle Royale games. We had games like PUBG come out on the market, and a few years before that we had a game called H1Z1. So you can see kind of where the steam started to roll when it comes to these Battle Royale games. And then in 2017, alongside PUBG, we had Fortnite Battle Royale. Fortnite Battle Royale is a free-to-play Battle Royale type game, and a lot of people gravitated towards that game, and as of this very moment, there's still a lot of people playing that game. We have people who aren't even gamers playing that game. We have celebrities playing that game. We have everyone and their mom playing that game. That's how popular Fortnite is specifically, and I think it would absolutely make sense to have Fortnite on the Switch. I did a video a while back talking about how much money Fortnite made on mobile, because Fortnite did just come out on mobile, and Fortnite has already made $15 million on mobile. That's right, and that's a lot of money, and it would be almost a no-brainer for Epic Games to not put Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch unless Nintendo didn't want them to put it on the Nintendo Switch. But that also wouldn't make sense, because if they put it on the Nintendo Switch, that would actually also help them sell the Nintendo Switch as well, because if you look at it right now, Fortnite is one game that's pretty much on every platform in the sun. It's on PC, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's even on mobile, and it's even coming to Android sometime in the near future. You can see this is pretty much on everything in the sun, and for it not to be on the Nintendo Switch just doesn't make sense. And if they put it on the Nintendo Switch, just like other games, Nintendo, and on some of their games that are third-party games or indie games, they do like throwing their own little twist to it. Like, for instance, if you played Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch or the Wii U, you will know that we had the Super Mario mashup. If you played Rocket League, you'll know we had the Mario and Luigi cars and the Samus car. So you can see they do like having twists on some of the other properties that aren't Nintendo properties. So I can see if Fortnite came to the Nintendo Switch, they can put some kind of spin on the Battle Royale game, the Fortnite game. They can maybe put a Mushroom Kingdom map in there, or maybe we can get some Mario skins or something like that, and they can put their own twist on the game. And also, this would be a really good idea to put it on the Nintendo Switch, not just from a business standpoint, just because this would be the best way to play the game on the go. Right now, we only have it on mobile, and it's iOS. Even so, no matter what mobile device you have, they all have touchscreens, and touchscreens is a big downside when it comes to playing a type of game like Fortnite. If you want to play a game like Fortnite, the best way to play it is going to be with controls, and not having controls on mobile is a really big deal. So you put this on the Nintendo Switch, and then it's going to be the best way to play Fortnite. So if Fortnite comes to the Nintendo Switch, I think from a business standpoint, it would just make sense for Nintendo and for Epic Games who made the game. I just think overall it would just make 100% sense. So make it happen, and let's see Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch. Moving on to number 2, we have GTA 5. Now, GTA 5, of course, as we all know, is a very big game. It sold millions and millions and millions and millions of copies of the Grand Theft Auto 5 game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is actually a game that came out in 2013. It came out on last-gen hardware, so it came out on the Xbox 360, and it also came out on the PS3. So you can see it's pretty old at this point, but believe it or not, last year it still managed to make the top 6 best-selling games of last year. And every year it seems like it's still making the list of like top 10 best-selling games of that year, even though the game is dirt old by now. It's from 2013. And it would make sense that it should be on the Nintendo Switch. I know Nintendo may not want it on the Nintendo Switch just because it's a really gritty game compared to what they have on the Switch. Sure, we have games like Doom and Skyrim, but Grand Theft Auto is one of the much more grittiest games that you can possibly get when it comes to much more mature or much more hardcore games, like people like to call them. So I can see why maybe Nintendo would not want it on the Nintendo Switch, but honestly, from a business standpoint, it makes sense for Rockstar and it makes sense for Nintendo. People will buy a Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Nintendo Switch, even if they play Grand Theft Auto 5 a million times, because this is going to be the best way to play on the go. And overall, it'll be really great to have Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Nintendo Switch. And some people may say, well, how is Grand Theft Auto going to play on the Nintendo Switch? Is it even going to be possible to port that game to the Nintendo Switch? Honestly, it is going to be possible to port that game over to the Nintendo Switch. Just because, if you remember, like I said, it came out on last generation hardware, the 360 and the PS3. And of course, the Nintendo Switch is better than those systems by far, so it could be easily made on the Nintendo Switch. I think we do have a good chance of seeing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Nintendo Switch, just because Rockstar last year did port LA Noire, which is a Rockstar property, over to the Nintendo Switch. So it would only make sense. And this would be a very good game. It'd be one of the much stronger online games. Sure, we already have a lot of online offerings, whether it be third-party games, first-party games, indie games. We do have a lot of good, solid multiplayer games on the Nintendo Switch, but adding Grand Theft Auto 5, which has a big, massive online community and has a massive online where you can do pretty much anything you want, would absolutely make sense for the Nintendo Switch, because I really don't feel like we have that really super big, hard-hitting game where it's like an open world game. You can do whatever you want online, and Grand Theft Auto 5 would fit the bill perfectly for the Nintendo Switch. And maybe it would actually help Nintendo when it comes to trying to sell their online service in September if they don't have too much going on, because we need more games on the Nintendo Switch that have multiplayer. When it comes to like the PS4, or the Xbox One, they have much more greater offerings when it comes to the multiplayer aspect in multiplayer games. So let's see Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Nintendo Switch. Come on, Rockstar and Nintendo, let's make this happen. And the last game on my list that I can think of is Overwatch. Overwatch is a game by Blizzard. It's a very arena-style game. It looks like Team Fortress if you ever played Team Fortress. Everyone knows what Overwatch is by now. Overwatch is pretty much a global success as well, and it's doing very well. And it would also help Nintendo even add another game to their online multiplayer arsenal too. So we have another multiplayer game, and that game is a very big game. So if you put it on the Nintendo Switch, I can guarantee you people will flock to it and buy the game, even if it's much more downgraded version of the game, just because you can take this game on the go. You'll be able to play it however you want. Overall, it would be a very good thing. I know the creator of Overwatch, Blizzard, stated they didn't want nothing to do with the Nintendo Switch last year, but I'm sure after they see how much units have been selling on the Nintendo Switch, then they'll probably change their mind, and they can get this running on the Nintendo Switch. There's no reason not to. And after they see the sales, like I said, they're going to want to port this to the Nintendo Switch, and it only makes sense that they would want to put this on this Nintendo Switch. I don't see why not, and it would make sense for Blizzard to put this on the Nintendo Switch. This would probably give them some extra money and some extra bank. So those are a couple of games I think should be on the Nintendo Switch from a business standpoint. It would help Nintendo sell more Nintendo Switch without a doubt, and also it would help those companies' games get even bigger, even though those games are already a global success at this point. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from MyTech News, signing out.